everybody.
Do any of you guys actually remember what happened last session?
Shit was fucked.
Did recall that.
That's an accurate description.
We stopped shit from blowing up, and Home Dude got away.
Because they
You
were
did
fucking
stop
assassins.
things from blowing up. You had a battle in the basement of the conference room with a bunch of assassins who claimed that they were a couple of assassins and a bunch of Naboon's guardsmen who claimed that Naboon had ordered them to blow up the conference venue. You stopped them from doing that, went upstairs, and tried talking to all the people in the conference, only for many generic noble people to turn out to be assassins and try really hard to assassinate the Duke. Just before that, Lord Naboon went to the washroom and you guys kind of left him there while you dealt with the assassins, and when you came back, he was gone.
Bastard.
I still think there's something there that's not just Naboon.
What a shitty getaway.
That one's true, though.
Yeah. I guess. All right. So, and one of the assassins who you guys were fighting with slipped away out the doors and blended in with the other group of people who are conspicuously dressed and styled exactly the same as all of the assassins were.
Damn, I don't remember that part.
Well, all the assassins are piled up dead in the corner. I've represented this by using the same tokens for like 90% of the people in this map.
Yeah. But did any of us see one of those assassins run out the door?
One of you probably saw him leave. I don't think any of you followed him or tried to hunt him through the crowd, though. There were more pressing matters, like the 11 other ones.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have this room secured-ish.
Yes, you do. Everybody not assassinate in this room is still alive. You've still got all of the visiting dignitaries living. Sir Barrack, the dwarf general, some dwarf shield people, Valharo's here, being Valharo. The Lady of Yartar is here. That Darkhope chick that you guys met way back in Nightstone is here as well. So, yeah.
Goodness, I haven't been bloodied since that one time back at the professor's place. Thank you all. Nostalgia.
So, we begin in the aftermath of the assassin attack. The shield dwarves have kindly removed all of the corpses from the table and directly around it and kind of shuffled them off into the corner. They barricaded the doors so that no one from the outside may enter. The Duke is heavily wounded and very heavily wounded. Are you casting on him?
I will be throwing that around because I still have a few rounds of it left.
Okay, cool.
But enough to at least to make sure people are stabilized first before I try and bring anyone all the way back up.
Nobody's that heavily wounded. The Duke
Bloodied.
is down to like a fifth his total hit points or something, though. He's very low. He'll survive, but yeah, he's down to like a fifth of his total hit points. So the Duke is mostly just recovering from poison and all the crossbow bolts that are stuck in him. He's not offering any opinions besides the occasional, growled giant swear word. And
If anyone's still poisoned, I'll lay on hands to cure that too.
yeah, he's not poisoned anymore. He made his con saves last session. At this point, everybody's kind of dispersed, however. They're dealing with their own wounds. They're kind of muttering in hushed voices with each other. The dwarf generals are talking with each other. Silverhand and Valharo are off speaking with each other. Lady Ruthiol is talking with the Emerald Enclave woman. Rich, are you in here with them? Oh no, you went to go check on and see if Naboon was still on the shitter.
Yeah, I would have gone back in there after I discovered he was gone.
All right. Go ahead and drop your token back in.
Yeah, Inks is just kind of nursing her wounds. Muttering
Yeah.
Adriel, I honestly do not think this was Lord Duman on his own. Or him at all. This does not seem like him. It makes no sense otherwise.
Doesn't matter. The entirety of Waterdeep is going to turn on him, and that's going to connect to us.
Only if we can't make a better argument.
Do we have any evidence?
We have what we know, and who's not here. And his mannerisms before and after. Gonna wander up.
You're gonna leave?
No, she's kind of going up to the table, putting her hands down on it. Everyone, if I may, I do not believe this was Lord Naboon acting alone, or even on his own accordance. There's a bigger party at play here. And it's the one that was not here.
The room collectively raises some eyebrows at you. You have everyone's attention.
It happens to be a group that has been growing in, how you say, growing in influence over the past several months. And looking around here, none of their representatives are here. So who other would benefit from having everyone here killed? Lord Naboon is part of the Lord's Alliance. Having other members of the Alliance here would not shine well on him. Or any sort of stability. I'm speaking of the Yellow King.
Sir Barrack looks inquisitively at you. The Yellow King? That thing that the disciples are always talking about?
The same.
I didn't think anybody... They seem so helpful, though. Why would they want to kill us all? Adriel, roll insight for me.
Okay.
Uh, um, yeah, everybody.
I get the
seems-
surface results. Okay.
Yeah, you get kind of a mix of intrigue and confusion.
I'm curious about this too.
Valharrow and Silverhand look intrigued, as does Ruthial. Oh.
It took a while.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Valharrow and Silverhand continue to look intrigued. They might know. They might have had their suspicions. Ruthial, same. Sir Barrack just seems confused. These people are so lovely. They do so much to help people. How can you be accusing them? What's going on in the world? Fohammer and Cleaver are mostly just angry.
We've gained some insight about the workings of this Yellow King of theirs that may turn into some sort of war. I believe they're guarding their true nature. Or at least the underlings don't know the true nature.
Why would they do something like that, though? Why provoke war? And why feed everybody and make them so helpful if all they want is war?
The Yellow King wants slaves of everyone. At least that's what we've heard. She'll kind of do the generic explanation of what they've heard about the Yellow King.
Right. There's a lot of that. You don't have to repeat all of it.
Yeah.
Um,
But getting rid of the heads of every other faction and turning them against each other and in turmoil, everyone that could possibly stand against them, seems like a fairly good reason to do this, wouldn't you think?
if one were looking to Valharrow will chime in. If one were looking to cause chaos, certainly. Killing us all here now would certainly do that.
As well as move suspicions from themselves to the giants and continue that war in its place.
You were looking in the basement earlier, were you not?
That
We were.
You found those lovely explosives down there as well. Much thanks, by the way. The defenders made great use of them.
I'm glad they got some use that wasn't hurting anyone here, of course.
But they were of fire, primarily. Fire, such as the kind that our Duke would be immune to.
Yeah,
An
it's too better
efficient
to
way to
place the
shift blame.
blame.
Exactly.
But when they found out that their first plan was not going to work, they assorted to those lovely fellows. Just gestures with her pipe towards the dead bodies with a grimace. The thing is, Lord Naboon did not start out on their side. I'm beginning to suspect that he's under some sort of domination. This very much is not like him. He was the one who initially told of his suspicions towards those of the Yellow King. Why even tell us and make us suspicious if he was planning to go along with them. It makes no sense, wouldn't you think, Duke? You're a strategist.
Hmm. The Duke is still in a lot of pain, but nods at you. Doesn't make it simply doesn't make sense. Having said 4 words, he goes back to nursing his wound.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, my thing was off. But given that, at least from what I could tell, the one that was here was actual Lord Naboon. It wasn't some sort of illusion or doppelganger, but that doesn't rule out mind control that isn't a specific spell. But from what we've been talking about with Lord Naboon, he's been very much against the Yellow King until very recently. He didn't give us any inclination until we were actually here talking to him. So I think it must have happened recently.
Hmm. In that case, would it not be best to attempt to find Lord Naboon? He is a powerful ally, within the right mind, of course.
Agreed. But also, make sure everyone stays very, very careful around those of the Yellow King.
Of course.
They've started to actually show their hand now.
Of course.
We're actually going to be in search of one who is another enemy of theirs. But Lord Naboon suddenly changed his tune about us finding them and wanted them delivered to him, so that set off my suspicions a bit. Perhaps we should find that person as well.
Perhaps you should find them soon. We will hold the fort here. We'll have to send all the noblemen away, I suppose. There's too much chance of assassins hiding amongst them. First, though, let's get the Duke bandaged up. Given some time, I'll teleport him away from here. Make sure he's safe.
Thank you, Archmage. She is kind of looking between them and the Duke. Duke Zalto, I hope this incident has not soured you completely to your plan. This is simply an enemy trying to turn us against each other. But if we gather together against them, we'll have far stronger chance, don't you think?
Roll persuasion.
Sorry, darn it. Where was that that PDF that had the Mask of Beauty on it? I want to make sure I add
Oh,
correctly from it.
give me a sec. Just roll your thing in the meantime. We'll see if it actually ends up mattering.
That's baseline.
Alright, so that should be the PDF that I just sent you on my Google Drive.
It's failing to load.
Fuck, of course it is. Fucking of course. I'll find the original in a bit.
Okay.
For now, the Duke gives another nod at you. Val Harrow and Lady Silverhand step forth, and as well as Ji Lang, the woman from the Emerald Enclave, Lady Ruthiel, Sir Beric, both the Dwarven general, and the woman from Mirabar. They all nod in agreement at your words that we should all be joining together.
I'm humbled to be in the presence of such true leaders.
Well, unfortunately, we have still have Naboon in our hair. Would you do an old man a favor? Go find that rotten bastard.
Right.
Or his foe. Whichever.
Hopefully both soon enough.
All right. Shall ye head out?
Yes.
All right.
Let's go, Val. Be safe.
Alrighty. So you crack the doors, head out into the masses of noblemen who are still there. They look curiously at you as you head out. In what formation are you all moving? As you leave this foul place.
I don't know if formation is the right word. It's just a level of organization I doubt we have.
Come on, you've been adventuring together for months. You probably have some pretty good coordination going.
Exit like staying slightly back because she's still injured.
Ox would probably take point tank.
Adriel's probably staying close to Inks for now.
Inks is also keeping a look around because I think she still has at least a few minutes left on her true sight.
Alright. So you see Oxen lead, Adriel to the side. You see nothing with true sight.
Alright.
Make perception checks, everybody, as you're leaving. I keep forgetting that assassins, as written, do not have stealth proficiency. Fun fact for you all.
That is a strange choice.
It really is. I'm not sure why they did it.
Hey, they're not frost giants.
Wait, there's assassin. I don't see any.
You see one, actually. You spot one who kind of trips and accidentally sprawls out with both his knives pointed towards you guys. Arrange yourselves in whichever
Like that.
Yep. I'm gonna mark the assassins with red dots because you do spot them all. No surprise round for them, alas. But you spot all 4 assassins turning towards you and looking real combative. Would you all please roll initiative? It's very quiet. Holy shit. All right. So the 4 assassins are the ones who are tagged with red marks. I hope you can see them all in the crowd of identically dressed people.
Yep.
Rich, you're up.
Just gonna throw hideous laughter on that one.
All right. Oh, wow. He actually makes it. Damn. He briefly cackles, but does not fall to your cast of hideous laughter.
And that'll be me done.
All right. Ox, you're up.
All right. We'll go ahead and run at the first one and start beating him up.
All right. Go for it. Yep, that'll hit him. That will not.
All right. We'll blow a key point. Flurry of blows.
The 12 will not hit him. The 25 will. So that is 31 total damage.
All right. That's it for me.
All right. Inks, you're up.
Twin spell haste on Ox and Adriel.
You're such a considerate party member.
I do try.
All right. Neat. Are you moving at all?
Staying the heck back, yeah.
All right. Cool. So that makes it their turn. This one's going to. But he will move back here for you and make a pair of short sword attacks. I believe those both hit.
Yeah. But luckily, not the poison damage. Yay!
Yay. So the one that Rich tried to hideous laughter is going to scooch back a bit. He's going to shoot you with a crossbow, which will miss, but he should have advantage on that, actually. Because... Oh, no, you've taken a turn. Never mind. So the 10 should miss. This one's going to move up next to Adriel, and he will roll with advantage because Adriel hasn't taken any attacks yet. 21 doesn't, yeah, 21 doesn't hit you anymore. Darn.
Yeah.
Darn. All right.
Actually,
Ox.
hold on. Before that thing, I want to hellish rebuke that guy who hit me.
All right, go for it.
I haven't. This is the first time I'm actually using this spell.
Tiefling magic, man.
Right?
Go ahead and cast her. Man, assassins don't have proficiency with anything. They do have evasion, though. So he takes 5 damage from your hellish rebuke. Then we had the last one who went to. Oh, we had the last one who was going to attack Ox. I believe those both miss you.
Yep.
Or does it? Yeah, 20 doesn't hit you anymore. Silly me. Adriel, you're up.
Stab this. Actually, I'll go into this. Yeah, stab this.
Okay, who's that on?
Is it 17 hit?
Yep, 17 will hit him.
So that much on top of it for a total of 25.
Okay. He is not a undead or fiend. You do not get any extra damage on this.
Let's finish him up.
All right. You get another hit in on him. He's still up and about, though. He looks very angry and definitely wounded, but still up and about.
Okay, I am also going to step back. Oh wait, I got a haste attack.
You do. All right. So with your hasted attack, he's looking pretty bloodied.
I'm going to throw a first level smite on that.
All right.
For an extra 8.
Nice. He's looking. God, there needs to be like a list of terms for describing monsters that are below certain HP thresholds.
That's what bloodied is for.
Yeah, that's half.
I am going to step back to there, though.
Okay. You will take an attack of opportunity from him.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Or will I?
Yeah. You rolled such good damage on it too. God. Fuck. Alright, Rich, you're up. The nobles who are not assassins are beginning to scatter as well.
You're a warlock now?
Magical secrets? I don't know. How do you have Eldritch Blast?
Sorry, yes, magical secrets.
Okay. Just making sure.
But at that one closest to me.
Alright, cool. A 17 will hit him. You should get 2 more shots of that, though. Those will both hit him. He's looking real bad. He's looking on his last legs here. All right. Ox, you're up.
All right. Gonna start with punching this guy again.
All right. 16 will hit him.
So,
He is thoroughly bloodied at this point.
him again.
All right. I'll hit him too. He too is looking to be on his very last legs.
Jesus, just die already.
They're dicks like that. Yep, he
There you go.
did. He did.
All right, we'll come over here and smack this guy too.
All right. He's also dead.
All right. And I have
There are 2 targets.
one more attack with my flurry of blows. So.
All right.
This guy was shooting people, right?
He was. He has a light crossbow out.
Just gonna go ahead and try and go for the grapple, I think.
All right. He will fail to evade your grapple. He is grappled.
All right. And that is it.
All right. Good turn.
Yeah.
Inks, you're up. He is going to opportunity attack you if you run away from him like that.
Oh, sorry, that was a Misty Step.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, she was like saying, you're very forward, but you're not my type, and then Misty Steps.
Alright. So, Misty step out, shoot him with Ray of Frost.
Yep.
Alright.
And then gets the heck back further with the rest of her movement.
Alright. Cool. You
Yep.
hit him with the Ray of Frost. He's looking distinctly frosty now. But it is now their turn. So this one's gonna shrug. The one who was attacking Inks is gonna shrug, move forward, and go for Rich. I believe a 25 does hit you. Rich?
Yeah, just a bit.
Okay. I have to be sure these days with you guys. So go ahead and roll me some Constitution saves, please, as well. Oh no. Oh no.
Ah.
Oh no. Oh, this has gone poorly.
The first one is a 17.
Ah! That's right, you are within range.
Nice.
The
So
second
that
one's
one-
a 6, but
Yeah, so no 33 poison damage. Instead, you only take the 21. So that is 36 damage. Alas, he does not have sneak attack. The other assassin figures, hey, this is kind of fun. I'm just going to stay here. And he's going to make a couple of short sword attacks at Ox. It's 24 hit you.
Normally it would, but he should have disadvantage from poke of displacement.
Okay.
So
So he does not hit you. And that is their turn. Adriel, you're up. Alright.
That's my regular attack.
Alright.
It's not enough extra damage.
Right.
So 9, so 17 total damage, and if he moves, he's going to take 9 more. Or 9 plus 1d8 more.
Okay.
And then for my haystack,
Alright.
11.
So we'll also hit him. He's looking pretty severely injured. Doesn't look like he'll be fighting too much longer. Rich, you are up. 12 will miss him. An 18 will hit him. As will a... Oh, no. That is the most unfortunate potential crit I've ever seen.
Sadness. Oh.
Oh. Alright. Your second two hit him. I'm so sorry. They do hit him, though. Ox, what do you want to do?
So I wasn't around for the last session. Are we trying to keep any of these guys alive to like question?
keeping one alive would probably be useful.
All right. In that case, all of these attacks against this guy are going to be non-lethal, just trying to knock him out.
All right.
First, I'm going to go ahead and shove him to knock him down to the ground.
Okay.
He has to do athletics.
He failed.
All right. Which means all of my attacks against him will have advantage.
Fuck him in particular?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Not blowing flurry of blows for this one. My normal offhand attack. So that'll be it.
Okay. So that is... Damn. You give him a series of blows, couple pair of straights and an uppercut, and he is looking very wobbly, even as he lies on the ground, still in your grasp. He's fucked. Inks, you're up.
Inks is still staying back here, holding her haste, and Ray of Frost the one around the other two again.
Great. Roll. Yeah, he also did. Instead of just making him a bit frosty, you turn him into a popsicle. He stands perfectly frozen between Rich and Adriel.
This looks like the guy from The Shining.
I've never seen The Shining, but sure.
Jack Nicholson popsicle.
Alright. Assassin on the ground is going to make a pair of attacks with disadvantage against Ox, because what the fuck else is he going to do? Holy shit! 22 hit you.
The 22 actually does hit.
Damn!
Even with the haste?
Yeah, my AC is 20 face.
Sadness.
Alright, give me a con save. Okay, you killed the con save. Take 6 damage as the assassin feebly reaches up with his sword and manages to nick the very nice engraving on you.
Yeah. Oh, that should actually be a 13 for the con save. But I'm also immune to poison, so
Yes!
yay, Warforged.
That's fair. Alright, Adriel, you're up.
I will move there and extend the sword to whip mode. But then I'm gonna hold action.
Okay. Cool.
'Cause I think if Alex can knock him out, that's good.
Alright. Cool. Rich, what's good? If you're Eldritch blasting the guy on the ground, you should have disadvantage with all of them.
Also, we don't want to kill him.
Well, with disadvantage, you only hit him with 1. So, you do not kill him. He is looking pretty rough, though. Ox, you're up.
Alright. Going to knock him out. Again, non-lethally. Just basically just picking him up and slamming him on the floor. Should all be advantage.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. You pick him up and bodily slam him against the floor until he stops protesting. He looks pretty unconscious. His tongue kind of like hangs out of his mouth a little bit. He's pretty done. He's not dead, but he's out of commission.
I'll look around at the rest of the party, see if there's any assassins.
There are no more assassins that you can see.
Well, shall we take this one back into the others and then keep going?
That or interrogate him ourselves.
We can all be together, too. But I'd rather do it with friends, for the most part. She glances around at like all these other nobles that have been running away.
Yeah.
They look suitably terrified, both at the assassins and at you guys as you murder them.
What do they expect us to do with assassins?
Well,
Let's take them back.
Sit them down for a nice chat with some tea.
Let's take the not dead one into the other room and see if they want to interrogate him.
Get on the comfy chair!
The comfy chair. Alright, you crack the doors back open. Haul your unconscious, possibly brain damaged assassin inside. Everybody in the room kind of turns and stares at you.
Sorry, lords and ladies, there are a few more. But perhaps one that we can get information from.
The Lady of Yartar stands up, gives a nice broad smile, cracks her neck, and then starts cracking her knuckles. Each of them kind of individually. Just leave them with us. we'll have a nice, friendly chat with him. The rest of them look a little concerned at her, especially Sir Beric. Nobody says anything, though.
Yanks just smirks at that, and especially at Beric's thing, but since he's there, she assumes that things will be okay. I
All
look
right.
to your doting care, lady.
She just grins at that, even wider than before.
Now, if you excuse us, we shall take our leave this time. Apologies for the interruption.
All right. So, you exit the room, exit the building. The nobles stare frightened at you as you pass, but no further assassins come forth to challenge you. So you exit back onto the street. You are out into Waterdeep again. What do you guys want to do?
Assume Vikefalo's around, so.
Oh, yeah.
We need to track down Naboon, who snuck out the back.
All right. You want to head around? You want to head around to the back of the building and see if you can find any clues then?
I mean, it's an idea.
Don't suppose you have any location magic on you still?
I have locate object prepared, but it's locate object.
Yeah.
Perhaps something that we saw him have.
Yeah, locate creature is kind of a niche spell.
He might have the other sending stone.
What's the point?
Do you want to try and locate the other sending stone then?
That or
Yeah.
what else did we remember him having on his person? Richard, what did you see on him? You were
Yeah.
close.
You would have remembered seeing. I mean, you can. Lord Naboon was. I was about to say Lord Naboon was wearing clothes. He's wearing a tunic embroidered with his house crest. He didn't look like he was wearing any particularly noteworthy jewelry or ornamentation. He's an old man. He's not given to playing dress up.
So not like a signet ring?
Good question. Would he have been wearing it? Probably not. He would not have been wearing his signet ring.
So we got his tunic embroidered with his house crest.
His
Yeah,
clothes.
but a lot of people were wearing something similar.
Nobody's quite. There's only the only other people wearing his crest like that would have been like the servants, and he is wearing something that will very much distinguish him from the servants.
Then I can locate specifically his shirt.
You want to specifically locate his shirt. His shirt is that familiar to you.
I have seen it up close within 30 feet at least once.
All right. Oh, it actually. Huh, I didn't remember that.
I can locate a specific object or the object of a particular kind. We've
Right.
generally used particular kind before because it's been the nearest whatever, but
I keep I forgot that it defines familiarity in the spell. My bad. Yeah, okay. You can try and locate his shirt. 1,000 feet.
That's a few blocks, even in a big city.
Yeah. All right. So the conference venue was basically grown from the ground in front of the Tower of the Order of the Gauntlet, and near one of the major temples. However, a few blocks down the street, there is a large warehouse-looking building, and you detect Lord Naboon's shirt coming from there.
Okay. My point, it's that way. We should go.
All right.
Right. The warehouse appears abandoned. There's nobody at the doors. The doors are locked and closed, however.
I'm inclined to just smash the door open at this point.
Go for it.
There's that, or we can just jump in. At least a couple of us still have Dimension Door, I assume.
Best two step is line of sight. Is there a window I can peer in?
Yeah, but if we haven't been in there before, Dimension Door I don't think will work out for us.
Also, I can't do that at all. So I'm going to say let's just break the door open.
Yeah.
That'd be athletics or an attack roll.
Call it athletics. Yeah, it's an old, shitty door. It doesn't exactly kick open at the center point, but you do manage to punch a hole in the old, shitty door, which you can then enlarge into something big enough for you guys to step through.
I mean, if I can punch a hole through it, I'll just stick my arm through it and open it up from the other side.
That also works.
Which is also good because I'm already an elk in there.
Ah, yes.
Always nice.
Stop.
So, most of the warehouse appears to fit with your initial assessment. It is empty. However, it looks as if there is a light on in a closed-off room up a set of stairs in the corner. Small window.
Going that way?
Right? The light continues to shine as you get up close to the door. You are at the door. There is a light shining within. It's a pretty small window. You can't see. Well, you can see the source. There is a candle lit on a desk within. The desk looks. Sorry?
Can I hear anything?
You cannot hear anything. The desk is covered with paper. There's a couple chairs stacked around it. No sound coming from within, though.
Does this feel like a trap? Because this feels like a trap.
It has certain trap-like qualities to it, yes.
Stand a bit back.
Someone try the door, please.
I will bash the.
I mean, no need for that. The door opens when you touch the doorknob, but sure, you kick the door in.
Trying to make an entrance.
Well, you succeed. You bash the door open, take a quick look around. The room is totally empty.
It's like the shirt across a chair or something.
Yeah, when you head around to the back of the desk, you notice not only Lord Naboon's shirt, but also his pants, leggings, and shoes are left behind the desk.
Oh, were he only streaking, it would make it much easier to find him, honestly.
Make a perception check. Anybody who's going to check out Lord Naboon's clothes? All right, Rich, you pick up on this. There's a faint scent of brimstone around where his clothes are.
So he's a devil. Got it.
Or had a cape of Mount Bonk.
I thought he just ate a lot of eggs. All right. Well, what now?
Any sort of papers or anything?
There's lots of papers on the desk.
Start rifling through those.
All right, make an investigation check. Anyone who wants to start? Actually, no, don't bother. You have plenty of time to go sorting through all these. On the desk, you find mostly they just seem to be ledgers describing what is currently contained in the warehouse. Mostly it's food, water, some living supplies. It seems to go mostly to the temple and the Order of the Gauntlet. However, there is one note on there. It describes a particular type of red cape that is to be kept in one of the drawers. And if a man matching Lord Naboon's description is to appear, he is to be given the cape without any delay if he asks for it.
Mm-hmm.
It also stipulates that a candle, that particular candle, is to be left on at all times.
That's a lovely dead end.
I'm going to use Divine Sense.
You get a faint. You don't detect any celestials, fiends, or undeads, or undead words within 60 feet of you. There is like a faint odor of undead, I guess, or not of undead, of fiends. Sorry.
Right.
Perhaps something fiendish helped him teleport.
Something fiendish was here. And I'm almost burnt on spells or cast detect magic.
All right. So there are no active spells currently. There is. There is residue of some sort of spell in the path that has been cast here. However, make an Arcana check. Oh, that's pretty good. Hey. With a -1 too.
Nice.
Damn. All right. So let me just check which school this spell is real quick. Actually, it appears as if the spell Dimension Door has been cast here.
Totally that cape.
Once from once probably from a magic item.
Okay. Is the candle magical?
Oh yeah, the candle is also magical. It never runs out and it never falls over as well.
Neat.
Well, can't have a candle falling over and burning down the warehouse.
That would be bad. That's a pretty handy enchantment to throw on a candle, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How wonderful. Well, we know that he at least got at least 500 feet from here. Then no matter, depending on when that was, he could be just about anywhere. This is lovely. So what do we think? Try to find our potential new ally instead?
That or try and find someone who can help us track down teleporting prey. Let's go rest first.
Yes, I would like to rest too.
That might be a wise idea. Alright. Do you want to go, like, full long rest, short rest?
Let's start with a short rest and go from there.
Okay. Alright. Just rest in the warehouse? Or...
Essentially,
No, we should
go
probably
back.
find somewhere with food.
Yeah, though we might want to go back and explain at least what we know so far, just to show that, yeah, we did try and do this. Kind of keep
See
them
if
up to
anything
date.
happens with interrogating the survivor.
That too. You're probably get a short rest in there watching that.
Alright. Alright. So, you can head on back to the... you can head on back, explain what you found. The Lady of Yartar and the captured assassin are notably absent. Valhero, upon you describing what you've done or what you've discovered, strokes his magnificent beard. I could examine it as well. I have some skill in the magical arts. Given some time, I could potentially get a direction on him. You said it was a warehouse down the road?
Explain where the location is.
Quite. Excellent. Excellent work. Sir Barrack, I believe these people have need of assistance. Would you be so kind as to show them to a barracks in the Order's Tower? Yes, of course, Valhero.
Inks just slightly smirks at that.
Come on, follow me. I'll find you some food.
Lead the way, darling.
And I'll use. He takes you out back into the Order of the Gauntlets Tower. You've been there once before, I believe, long, long ago. It's pretty similar to how you remember. It's on somewhat higher alert now, though. The guards at the gate nod at the sight of Sir Barrack, but they make him spend a couple of minutes explaining who you all are before they will let you in and let you get some food. Sir Barrick escorts you to the main mess, however, finds you a table, leaves for a couple minutes, and comes back with some heaping plates of food for you all. It's not much.
Yay.
It's not much, but it's what we have here.
Oh, it's quite lovely, darling. Thank you.
He nods. Again, still hot. We got here just before the acolytes get out of training. We'll be full here in a little while.
The acolytes. Just kind of like sparks an amusement at that. But starts
You may
again.
not-
Eating.
Please don't corrupt any of the acolytes. They're still young. They still have a chance to be paladinly, I suppose.
She just like does a super pout at that. Corrupt? What kind of woman do you think I am?
He arches a brow at you.
She is just completely faux dramatic. Like I am wounded.
I have no doubt that you are.
I'm not sure if I should be offended by this or not.
What part would you be offended by?
Do you think she's corrupted me?
Inks just smirks even more at that.
I did not mean to imply.
Let's give him a look.
Barrick is in full backpedaling. I'm very sorry, Lady Adriel. I did not mean to imply that she had corrupted you. I only mean to imply that she may corrupt our acolytes, who are still young and prone to the follies of youth.
I'm still sitting here, right here, you know? Right in my heart, darling, right in my heart.
I am just going to stop talking before I insult anyone else.
You are very wise, darling, very wise. She takes a drink. But you're cute, so I'll give you a pass. Just like does that sort of like light hand wave.
I mean, if you count date of construction, I'm pretty sure Ox is older than all of you.
Yeah, they count from date of activation.
Yeah, that's fair.
And to be fair, I am relatively old to most of them, but
Yeah, at some point, Barrick leaves a flood of young acolytes, comes into the hall wearing robes embroidered with the symbol of the Order of the Gauntlet. They look curiously at the random outsiders in their mess, but Sir Barrick shepherds them along to get their food and sit at tables away from you all. They blush and look very confused.
Youth.
They're like teenage aged. I don't know if that matters to you, but
Well, I mean, this is medieval times. Depends on what TH means.
True.
Plus, she's just teasing people, so. Well then, while Archmage Valhero is doing his thing, what should we do about this other person we're looking for? Yes, that.
So the last solid location you got on him was from the Oracle. And I cannot remember off the top of my head exactly what the Oracle said. Give me a
Where the
second.
disciples of the Yellow King find strife or something like that. Face strife.
That sounds about right. Yeah. So the Oracle told you to stop the Yellow King from threatening this world, amongst other things, to find the servant of the Shadow King. When you asked where you could find the servant of the Shadow King, the Oracle told you that you can find him in Everwinter. Look for him where the Yellow King faces strife. Naboon should have told you. Naboon or somebody should have told you. I don't remember who it was at this point. It's been a while. About a burned out church in the city. Somebody basically went. Somebody went medieval on the Yellow King here, or on the disciples here. Burned out one of their churches, basically ruined the whole thing. They had to abandon it. They also told you somebody is murdering the members of the disciples in the city as well. I believe you also inferred from earlier that he was the same guy who was stealing shit from the Yellow King way back, that Naboon tried to get you to drop.
Yeah.
Same grave, dirty smell.
Well then, I suppose we search where some disciples are somewhat plentiful and see if he's still giving them trouble. Potentially that church.
Yeah, you can go looking for active disciples. You can check the church. Which you want to do first, or something else if you want.
My vote's for the church.
Okay,
Yeah, let's go to the church.
we have one firm vote. Everybody want to roll their hit die and everything, heal up. Should do that now.
Yep.
Sir Barrick will return to you all after he's done shepherding the acolytes. He can give you directions to the church if you wish.
Perfect.
Alright. There it is. Alright. So, you've short rested. You set out from. Neat. You set out from the. Fuck, words are hard. You set out from the headquarters of the Order of the Gauntlet. As you pass by the conference venue on your way to the church, you notice the guards at the front gate, who used to be in Lord Naboon's heraldry, have been replaced by shield dwarves. There was a mob building out there before. That mob has since dispersed. There are, however, a few still remaining around, kind of muttering to each other, a few disciples handing out food and water as you pass by. So you head towards the church. It is, or was, a very lovely old stone building. Some nice, what looks like stained glass set in it. Vaulted cathedral-type roofs. Unfortunately, looks like it's been abandoned for a little while now. There's some graffiti drawn around it. There's debris all over the floors from where it looks like some people have come in and smashed shit. It looks pretty barren and abandoned. You spot a door at the far end from you guys. There is also there's also a door to the left of where you are as you look in. So, like, off that way somewhere.
Any signs of movement or sounds or anything?
Yeah, grimy undead dirt.
Roll perception. Oh boy. Alright, yeah, grimy undead dirt. Smell is everywhere. You actually find a couple of small piles of it, but that stink of death and grave dirt is everywhere in here. No signs of movement or anything that you spy.
So the grave dirt either means that guy was here or somebody like him, we think. Let's try that door off to the side.
All right. So it opens to a set of wooden stairs. Would you like to head downstairs?
Yes.
All right. So the wooden stairs creak and groan as you head down. When you're about halfway down and you start heading towards a door, You hear an audible, very loud curse from behind the door, and then silence.
I attempt to open the door.
The door opens.
Okay.
Within within this room you found, it looks like a small office. There is a door, not a door. God, desk directly in front of you as you enter, with a desk chair thrown to the side. Where the desk chair used to have been, there is some smoke and another distinct smell of sulfur. Besides that, however, the grave dirt is thick in this room.
He's close by.
It is so bloody difficult to find allies nowadays, isn't it?
Does the smoke smell of brimstone?
Yep.
Okay.
That's where the brimstone smell is coming from. Do you want to go try and find him?
Yes.
All right. So you sprint out back to the top of the church. Are you going to all look for him together or split?
I gotta be honest. If I see him, I'm charging off that direction, hoping everyone's keeping up.
Prepare a
That's
dimension door in case that happens.
That's fair. All right. So you head up to ground level in the church. You do not spy him ground level in the church.
What about up in the rafters?
You do not spot him up in the rafters. He's not a bat yet.
Do I hear any commotion outside?
Perception? You hear maybe a bit of one from down the street.
I will jump on my elk and charge after. Thus increasing the commotion attitude.
Oh, here we go.
All right. So you head outside. The commotion sounds as if it's heading to the south, coming from the south. God, I cannot describe things today.
Charge off that way.
All right. So you charge off that way. You find another distinct smell of sulfur. What the bloody hell was that? There's a woman who looks like she used to run a stall, but the sulfur is coming from where her stall used to be.
Ask her which way he went.
Oh, bastard just got up on my stall, peered out of nowhere, ran off down that alley there.
Charge off down that alley there. Thank you.
You are charging off down that alley.
Yeah.
The alley works to a left. The alley comes to a T at the end of it. You do not spot anybody in the alley.
We're down to the end. Look both ways real quick.
You spot what looks like it might be a running man to the left, far away.
Chase after. Give chase.
All right, the running man hangs to the right, and a wagon rolls in front of the entrance to the alleyway that he's heading down now.
Try and jump over it.
All right, make
Or
an
scramble
athletics
or
check.
whatever.
Make an athletics check.
I have like 2 dimension doors, honestly.
Is everybody keeping up with him at this point? Because he is on the elk.
Ox could keep
Trying
up
to.
without a problem.
Trying to at least dimension door as soon as she gets.
Yeah, the
within,
base
like,
speed is
the furthest
50,
distance.
so
Right.
Ox
Okay.
is probably right there.
That's my base speed too.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Fucking of course it is. All right. So, Ox, if you're keeping up with him and running along, give me an athletics check from you too.
I can
Okay.
just run straight up the walls.
Right. You can also do that.
100, whatever.
You can run up the fucking wall, whatever. You both manage to get past this very, very convenient wagon with no problem. You're gaining on the running old man now. He turns and casts a spell behind him, however, and out of it pops. He casts a wall of fire behind him. It cuts off the alley.
Meh, fuck it. Run through it.
Right through.
You just run straight through it.
Yeah.
All right. Make deck saves. All right. Adriel, you do not pass. Ox, you do.
I am going to use that.
Oh,
I choose to pass the save.
Right. You do have that. All right. You do have that. All right. So you both make your way through the fire without too much difficulty. Ox, you manage to fucking jump right through it so fast it can't even burn you. Adriel, the power of your Black Dragon mask materializes around you and helps protect you from harm. You are, we'll say you're within 60 feet of the running old man now.
I have an old school whip somewhere, so I'm going to pull that out.
All right.
Gonna spend a key point to use Step of the Wind and get another dash, so my movement goes up to 150 feet for 6 seconds.
Alrighty.
And just get in front of him.
You want to get in front of him.
Yep. Just jump right over him.
Okay. You jump over him. The other two of you, are you around?
Yeah, I figured as soon as they got super, super far away, so it'll probably at least use at least one dimension door.
Okay. So yeah, use a dimension door. That's probably the only way you're catching up to them.
Yep. Excuse me. I'm a lady, thank you.
Okay.
Heh.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
You're picking up the next one, darling.
That's fair.
All right. The old man stops when he sees you jump in front of him. Where would you have dimension doored, guys? Because Adriel would have been. This does matter, trust me. Adriel would have been way the fuck ahead of you guys coming out of the church. You've gone through. There was the wagon, the wall of fire, a pair of turns, and he has much higher speed than you. When would you guys have dimension doored?
Well, we could probably at least go back and forth as we needed to. In at least like 3 turns.
Okay. So you're probably around where you're probably level with Adriel then, around 60 feet away.
Probably.
Okay. Okay.
And she could also Misty Step at least one more.
So the man decides to stop. And he begins to cast a spell.
Honestly, would you just mind talking to allies, potentially?
I want to try to mess up his concentration by walking up and booping.
I mean, you can walk up and boop him. I don't think concentration like that is a thing in 5e, though.
I think while he's doing that, my plan with the whip was to try and grab him. So he stops running away.
You're still 60 feet away from him.
Yeah, but charge
Right.
on repeat a turn.
Okay.
And it depends what spell he's casting. If it's a ritual, I can break concentration. If it's a normal spell,
I
then no.
guarantee you it is not a ritual.
I mean, I kind of figured. I'm still gonna do it.
I don't want to assume, though.
When faced with a Warforged and a charging paladin, one does not cast a ritual spell.
You never know. He might have a death wish.
He might, but he does not. So you walk up, boop him, boop, or well, give it a second, boop. Make an attack roll, I guess.
To boop him.
Sure, why not? Humor me. You sure fucking boop him. He tries to head fake you a little bit, but you sure boop him. You boop him good. Adriel, if you're looking to grab him to whip grab him?
Yeah.
Give me... That's not an ability whips have that I've just forgotten about, right?
There's no official rules for doing that. There's also
Okay.
no lasso in like the game.
Right. Give me...
Dex maybe proficient.
Give me an attack roll with disadvantage. With the whip.
Okay.
You're basically trying to trick on him. That should give you disadvantage.
16. That damage will be off anyway.
You do succeed in wrapping one of his arms.
Okay.
He does succeed, however, in casting his spell.
Mhm.
God, now I have to figure out how that works with you having fucking... wrapped one of his arms. 1 second.
It teleports both of us.
I mean, it could. I'm not sure you'd want that, though.
The old man is not Lord Naboon.
I mean, he's wearing a bright red cape with a. He has a pretty heavy hood on.
I mean, we were in booping distance, so.
Yeah, you're in booping distance. Yeah, Ox can probably tell you it's Lord Naboon.
Oh, great. Then I wouldn't have said that.
All right. Yeah, I don't think that just because you latched onto him, you teleport with him. To be fair, the teleport spell description is not exactly clear on this, but it sounds like you have to be willing and they have to intend to take you with them.
Oh, if that was the case, instead of message, I done a suggestion.
So, Lord Naboon teleports away from you.
Is it
God damn
a
it!
short range teleport or a long range one? Like, can we?
Full, 7th level teleport.
Damn.
What the heck was he holding to do that?
Okay, I have a very serious question. Does nobody in the party know Counterspell? I
I
swear,
could have prepared it, but I took
I
Dispel Magic.
swear one of you guys knew Counterspell.
I did
I've
not
never gotten
prepare it
counterspell
today.
yet.
Shit, I could have sworn one of you guys had Counterspell.
You guys call yourselves stealth. For shame.
Rich, do you not have Counterspell?
If anybody had it, it was Robin.
Oh yeah, Robin had it.
Oh, okay, that's why I thought one of you guys had Counterspell. Okay,
Soliloquy!
fuck. Alright, that's awkward. I even made sure you guys were in the right distance and everything. Fuck.
You think I
Okay.
would have countered him like 2 spells ago if I could do that?
I mean, fair. Fair. Alright.
I was gonna get
Yeah.
that next time we leveled up.
It's not like we don't
Oh.
appreciate the value of the spell. It's just
Soliloquy
I took
did not
Dispel
have
instead.
Soliloquy did not have Counterspell. I'm not even sure Counterspell is a druid spell.
Uh,
I
But
don't think it is.
Soliloquy did not have it.
who the heck had it then? I guess not.
I guess nobody had
Never
Counterspell.
had it.
Okay. Good to know for the future.
Weird.
All right. Neat.
So we literally had no chance, guys.
I mean, I could have gone for a stunning strike instead of a boop.
Well, if you knew it was Lord Naboon, you could have probably done that. We thought it was the other guy.
Yeah.
To be fair, I could have prepared it. It's on the paladin list. I just didn't. Have to correct that in the near future.
I mean, to be fair, if he was using teleport, even if you did have counterspell, there's still a chance it would have failed.
Yeah, I would have had to
Yeah.
make the check. Although +6, it's a 50-50.
Okay. So, Naboon has escaped. Teleported
Indeed.
somewhere.
Yeah, if we'd had like a long rest, maybe like hold monster, but that was the best I could do.
Yeah.
I'd already
Well-
used it twice.
If nothing else, we've probably gotten him out of Waterdeep. So it makes sense to get a long rest in while we try and figure out how to contact this other guy.
Yeah. If anything,
Although
we
in
can go
that
back to that
case-
church and see what the heck was there.
Yeah, we should do that, and then we should probably find a way, instead of trying to seek out this other guy, like, let him know that we are looking for him and have him seek us out. Somehow. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I say we start wrecking the church.
The church is pretty damn wrecked already. Look at that
Look,
shit.
we were able to walk into the building, so clearly there is still more wrecking that can be done.
It's identifiable that it was, in fact, a building.
Go full fucking Inquisition on the place.
Look,
We're
just
gonna
drop
go,
a
like,
few of, the
anti-Carthaginian.
supporting pillars. It'll be fine.
That's true. You want to go check out that the basement first?
I mean, that's probably a good idea.
All right. So, within the basement, again, grave dirt, super heavy down there. There is. It looks like it's a small office, though. Most of the walls are covered with bookshelves. A lot of them containing various theological texts. The desk looks particularly rummaged through, however. Naboon was likely attempting to, or was likely going through it before you guys interrupted him. Upon the desktop, there is a large book open to one of the later pages within it. Beneath it, there is a stack of pads of paper of parchment. And even further beneath that, there is a stack of what look to be scribbled notes. Across the rest of the table, there are what look like ciphered messages.
We see if we can find a code breaker.
So you have a wad of ciphers in one hand. Going through the drawers, you turn up some more basic movement information about members of the Yellow King. There is that book, the pads underneath it, and the pads of parchment underneath it, and some notes even further underneath that.
Start digging through, look for any notes that aren't just church business.
All right, so we'll leave the book for last, I guess. So, bottom set of notes. There are several pages of scribbled notes in common. They have some large smudges and marks that are obscuring certain words on it, as well as whatever the title of these things are. I will put them. I will show you the handout with them in a second. Above that, you've never seen any of them before, but they sure look like one-time pads. The sort of thing that you'd need to decode coded messages.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a set of smudge notes that should have just popped up for you all. All right. Likely not. You can try for either history or religion, I guess, if you want. Adriel, you vaguely recall somebody named Ingress having some relation with undead. Some sort of religious person who was dealing with undead at one point.
Oh,
Oh. Well, we've heard the word schism before, so that is probably Order of Circe.
well, it's the last team heading towards the headquarters of the Order, current whereabouts unknown. But Ingress fights undead. It doesn't help.
She has something to do with undead.
Yeah, that's even less help. Currently in the south beyond, if that's Baldur's Gate, it makes no sense.
Well, we have a map.
Baldur's Gate is off the south end of you guys' map.
I'm looking at a Sword Coast map, but south of Baldur's Gate is not a desert unless you get to like Chult. That's why that one's like.
That might be my bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a bit of stealthy revision. Except not very stealthy.
I saw nothing.
I didn't do it! I did not!
Oh, hi, Mark.
Would you like to look at the big book that's on top of these as well?
Yes, please.
No, we're gonna leave that behind. There's probably nothing interesting there.
Yeah, you know, there's nothing possibly interesting in the big open book on top of all of the interesting things. All right, so the big book is open to a particular couple of pages. They're kind of long. So I will share the Google Doc with you guys in a second. But I'm just going to read it to y'all, if you don't mind. So, anyone reading this should be at least familiar with the disciples of the Yellow King. Their oh-so-helpful appearance, their willingness to help the downtrodden and the helpless, and their preaching of a brotherhood of all people and the return of their master. Anyone reading this will probably also not be surprised to know that it's almost entirely a lie. A brief bit of history is necessary to understand the depth of their plan. 3 years ago, the demon incursion occurred in the Underdark. Myself and several others were hired by what would become the Lord's Alliance to stop the incursion and restore stability. It seemed simple enough until the disciples became involved. The disciples didn't start the incursion. Of that much we are fairly certain, but they sure as hell exploited it. They took everyone who had lost their homes and livelihoods and gave them a new god to revere, Hastur, the King in Yellow. What they didn't say was that Hastur wasn't a god, he was a harbinger, here to prepare the path for his masters. We, along with the lords of the armies of the Lord's Alliance, organized a massive ritual to force the demon lords to fight each other and thereby banish them from our realms. The disciples, and one in particular named Ave, tricked us and thereby hijacked part of the ritual, clearing some of the way for the old ones to return. It is at this point the recorded history loses my trail. After the incursion ended, the four of us that remained went our separate ways. I ventured to find the Shadow King, my patron and former employer, as he requested. He informed me of the ways in which the disciples might attempt to bring about the return of the old ones, but unfortunately he was unable to determine how exactly the disciples were going to strike next. He needed someone capable of finding information to work out exactly what the disciples were going to do and when they were going to do it. I accepted, graciously, in return for a favor. Since then I've been scouring the Sword Coast, looking for information about the disciples and their plans. It's been more difficult than expected, though, as most of the disciples know next to nothing about the inner workings and true purpose of the Church, with only the highest ranking knowing the full truth. Some pieces of information are easy enough to determine without internal help, however. For example, high-ranking members of the disciples are consorting with the Kraken Brotherhood, who are, of course, subservient to Slaughkrethel. Unfortunately, the majority of their messages are encoded, and while I've grabbed a great number of their encryption pads, I haven't had much success matching them to actual messages. What we have recovered suggests that the disciples are attempting to stir up chaos, perhaps in an attempt to repeat the successes of their recruitment drive in the Underdark. The latest trouble with the Giants is almost certainly their fault, but whilst convenient, I suspect the undead plague has a different cause entirely. Specifics, unfortunately, are scarce. Some of the disciple letters make reference to someone named Iremeth, an ancient dragon known to be fond of playing politics from time to time, and a powerful caster to boot. Her overall connection to this whole affair is unclear, however. There are a few references as well to some towns in the south that have been turned into labs, places for the disciples to build a fitting body for their lord to inhabit. I believe one of our companions went south to deal with those, however. There's a few rumors, however, that truly bother me. Chief among them, people surrounding disciple churches in several cities have reported bad dreams with a yellow-robed man. A single letter that I have a copy of makes reference to a most holy tome carried by someone referred to as the Yellow King's Hand, or the Trickster. Most troubling of all is a rumor that's come to me from the Legends and the Servicers. Apparently there are elements within the court of King Hecaton that believe the Lord's Alliance is responsible for all of this, or at least had something to do with it all. As much as I don't want to believe it, there might even be some truth to it. Some more investigation is needed, so I'll be heading south soon. If the Lord's Alliance truly is compromised, however, then many of our problems begin to both make more sense and become a lot more urgent. Hopefully the Shadow King has had more luck with his divinations than I've had with my investigations. There's a final section in cramped, messier handwriting than the rest of the document. I'm leaving this behind for those following after, somewhere I know the disciples will never look. Accompanying it is the one-time pads I managed to steal from disciples and Kraken Brotherhood members across the Sword Coast. The Shadow King warned me that the adventurers who stole the letters in Yartar are on my trail. If so, hopefully you can make good use of these pads and learn what I couldn't. If for whatever reason you need aid, there is always a way to contact me at Warlock's Crypt. Godspeed. There's a scrawled, hurried signature sitting beneath these words. Though you can't exactly read the name, it depends.
Oh, good. At least we're somewhat on the right side of things here. Though this is a mess.
Indeed.
Where is this Warlock's Crypt?
You guys actually found it.
Oh, it's that place.
Yeah, you went in there once.
Do we know it was called that?
You definitely know it was called that.
Then I would take back my... Oh, there. Well, that is brilliant. But, if we have those pads, I want to take out what we found in the other place that we couldn't decipher.
All right. Alrighty. So the book, I am hoping. Somebody just signed into. Whoever just opened it came in as anonymous Kraken.
Yes.
Nice.
Which seems awfully fitting.
I'm not saying that. I think that's me.
Nice. All right. So you have. Are you just decoding them right then and there?
That's the question. Do we want to do this here, or do we want to go get an inn somewhere? I'm inclined to get an inn somewhere rather than stay at anyone's house.
Yeah.
Not that there's a shortage of people who will put us up, but let's go find an inn. Gather up like all the paperwork, though.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That's
Like,
going
even the
Gather
stuff
all.
we don't think is important.
Grab it all.
Yep.
All right. I hope the book gives a bit more context to the. The book probably gives a bit more context to the notes as well.
It definitely does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Give me like 2 seconds. All right. I am back. All right, so you can easily the church, the destroyed church, is in kind of a sketchy part of town. Do you want to grab an inn there or head off to somewhere less sketchy?
Actually, here's a
but-
question. Where was the flying castle stationed?
Somewhere outside the city.
Yeah.
I don't think we had a specific point for it. Why do you ask? I'm not sure I'm gonna like this answer.
Just curious.
Okay. Okay.
So just as well getting back to that as a spot of safety in this.
If it's
Oh,
Igeron's flying castle is like in reasonable traveling distance, that is probably the best place to be.
It's probably like 10 miles outside the city.
Uh,
A bit too far.
So
Yeah.
it's maybe half day's hike.
yeah. At 10 miles, that's a little too far. So we want an inn where we can get a private room with a table in it. So probably have to go to a slightly better part of town.
All right.
That's my forte.
You can head to a slightly better part of town. You come across several inns. The first one you find is the Bannered Mare. They look reputable enough. If you head in and speak to the innkeeper, they do have private rooms that they are willing to lend out, or that they're willing to rent, and all of them have desks in them.
Great. I'll use my entertainer feature.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, awesome. What do you play for them?
Oh man, I think it's gonna be after the crazy of this past couple of days, just something that's kind of like an epic storyline of music.
All right, Adriel, are you getting in on this too?
Probably not today. I'm visualizing her being somewhat strung out.
That's fair. It's kind of at the point of what the fuck is today, right?
Yeah.
Hence why she needs to vent through her music.
All right. So it is early afternoon. You guys have some private rooms with desks. You want to start decoding?
Yes.
Do it.
All right.
Get
So
some
I have
wine.
a feeling
bring
that
in a
Rich
bottle
is
of
the
wine.
only one who's going to make any progress on that.
Rich is a spy. He is pretty good at it. He would know how to do it.
Adriel's like way out of her league on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ox is not gonna bother helping.
All right. What do you want to do instead?
That's a good question. Probably just wander around town a little bit, see what's going on.
Someone can
All right.
probably report.
Everybody
Might
still
also see about getting to well, I guess we have the castle for that.
Okay. Everybody still seems pretty restless. Those of you who are not rich, who are looking to help with the papers, please make me an intelligence check. A 4 will not succeed in helping with papers.
I'm trying.
You do try really hard, but you just cannot get your head around the decryption process, unfortunately. You are of not much help. A 6 is also not of much help.
Sorry, darling, I'm going back to entertain the masses for a while.
Yeah, after a little while, you give up and just go start playing for them again.
Mingling, getting
Which just
getting a wine.
leaves Rich.
I'll bring you back something good.
Alright. So, Rich, you are a spy. You know how to decrypt one-time pads. Or decrypt messages with one-time pads. You discover a couple. You discover a couple of very juicy little tidbits. Several juicy tidbits, in fact, when you are decrypting all of these one-time pads. So, there are two things that are most interesting amongst them. First off, there is one that describes the most recent movements of the trickster. Apparently, he has gone south to Candlekeep. He's looking for something there, some bit of knowledge in the library there. The second is a message between the guy whose boat you guys definitely didn't light on fire in Yartar, Lord Dryland, and a listener in the Disciples of the Yellow King. In this coded message, Lord Dryland expresses thanks for the aid that the disciples have given them in the imprisonment of the king, and he assures that the listener to whom he's writing the letter that there will be no issues with his containment.
The king.
The king. It is there is no more specificity than that.
Now, what king would have issues being contained?
That's an excellent question. Maybe the king of the gnomes.
That was rhetorical.
No, I want to play this out. The king of the gnomes. He's been acting up lately. You know, they need to tie him down. Make sure he doesn't go walking the earth or some shit. With his stubby little legs, it'll take a while. I'm done for now.
Well, I'm looking forward to this story once Inks gets back in after her show.
So that's all the decrypting you can get. Done in the night, Rich. Do you want to share the fruits of your labor with everyone?
Yeah, probably should.
Probably. All right. So, everybody, the trickster is in Candlekeep, and the lord in Yartar, Dryland, whose boat you definitely didn't blow up, is containing some king.
Have we heard of any other kings going missing lately? She just like arches that knowing brow.
You have not. You have not, indeed.
Well, that is interesting.
But it's a king who's being held by the disciples, yes?
Being held by the Brotherhood by the Kraken Brotherhood for the disciples.
So, almost regardless, letting this guy out is going to be a problem for them.
This rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper, doesn't it?
I'm not saying we should, go let this guy go. I'm just saying it's a thing we can choose to do.
Yeah.
They didn't say where, though, did they?
They did not. Not in the letter.
So I suppose the question is, do we go find our ally first, or deal with the giant problem again?
Or go to Candlekeep.
Mm-hmm.
There is some asshole with a very holy tome there, apparently.
And there's going and dealing with the Court of the Storm King.
Mm-hmm. You have 3 paths open to you right now, as I see it. Or, actually, 4.
And then go to Warlock's Crypt and contact them.
Yeah. It's up to you guys.
I'm tempted to say Warlock's Crypt first, just because I'm quite interested in this potential new ally of ours. And also having an ally on our side doing things while we're doing other things is wonderful. We're already down 1 with whatever the hell happened in Aboon. I do like to keep my numbers up.
It's up to whatever you guys think is most important. Or you can go off somewhere else as well.
Fuck all y'all, we're going to Mustica.
Disney World.
I mean, if y'all want to go to Fantasy Disney World, I can't stop you.
That'd be like Sigil.
I had to
Sigil is Fantasy Vegas.
Okay,
Or maybe
fair.
Bangkok.
If you want to go to Sigil, we'll have to take a break so I can refamiliarize myself with everything about the city. It's been a long time.
I'm going to go to
we can
Karatur,
Well,
just to
Ink's put
screw
out-
you up.
Inks at least put out her. I put out her thing in character, so that's her argument for rebuttal.
That's where you think you should go? Okay. Or that's where Inks thinks you should go? Okay.
Warlocks, yeah.
What does the rest of the party think?
I'm good with it.
Either
Where's
way sounds good to me.
Sorry.
Wondering where Candlekeep is. Hold on.
Kennel keeps south along the coast. This I did make sure to check.
Can you take us back to the map? Currently, Yeah. Library.
Candlekeep is also, unfortunately, off the south of the map. It is, however, the nearest large, notable library that is not Silver,
See, Candlekeep.
which
Can we get there by boat?
I believe so, yes.
That's right on the coast there. I'm looking at a slightly larger Sword Coast map.
Yeah. I was looking at that one earlier today, but I was having some severe troubles with getting it to load and move quickly.
Yeah, no, this is way too big.
My
I'm not seeing it.
laptop is not good.
So Warlock's Crypt, that's
That's over by where we met Harshnag.
right.
Sorry, where's
That's
Candlekeep?
that one.
Can someone ping it for me?
It's off the
Off
south
the
of your
map.
map.
Oh, it's down. It's out. Okay.
Where's the crypt?
Crypt's in Dead Snows.
That's got it.
Yeah, Candlekeep would be, if we took a ship, it would probably take us like most of a week to get there. I mean, no, a few days.
You also have a flying castle.
We have that option, but it's way south. It's as further south from Waterdeep than Waterdeep to like Luskan. A lot further south. So it's out of the way, but it's an option.
I mean, Dead Snows is just as far out of the way at the moment.
Pretty much.
That would have to be well, we would be stuck in the middle of the shit going on in Everland if we magic circled it.
Which, depending on your motivations, may or may not be a bad thing. There's also somebody guessed that the Order of Ceriso is mentioned in the notes. The Oracle mentions it too. It's near Everland. Food for thought.
That is another thing.
So,
Let's
There's a
just
few
press
things
it
we can do
and
up there,
see.
or a couple
Press it
things
and
at least
see
we can
how
do
far
up there.
back.
Candlekeep is not just way out of the way, but it's out of the way from everything else. We don't know where this king is, right?
you do not.
No idea.
You only know that the dude in Yartar is helping to contain him somehow.
Because if we go to Dead Snows, we can actually talk to these people, hopefully, and then get a better sense of what all's happening at once.
Yeah, Kraken Brotherhood just in Yartar, or do they span multiple?
We
They're-
met them way south of there.
Yeah, you guys met them originally in fucking Nightstone. They're
Right.
the Kraken Brotherhood is all along the coast. Yartar is actually unusually inland for them, but they're spread pretty decently.
Okay. So yeah.
If the Kraken Brotherhood has something to do with these shenanigans, does that mean our friend that we met back in Nightstone is involved?
Could be.
The one who is sitting currently, or was talking to everyone. She didn't actually respond to my thing, did she? Everyone else did.
She did not. She did not
Mhm.
respond to your pronouncement of unity.
Oh, this is lovely. This is why I did not get into politics.
Yeah, let's go to Dead Snows. I think that's got the most.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Straight there. Ceriso is on the way, ish.
Ceriso is where? Up by Hawk's Nest? North of Hawk's Nest in
Yep,
Silver
and
Moon?
that's that little dot near
That red dot there. So we could warp to Everland and sneak up that way, or we could try and get Igaron to fly us up that way.
Yeah. Well, also, if we teleport to Everland, we could go to Dead Snows first and then forward. So,
This person at least seemed to know about the order. Maybe they can be of help. Also, the whole undead thing about them.
Yeah. We know Everland is what, actively under attack?
Ireland is actively under attack.
So even if we teleport into there, we may need to like sneak out or fly out somehow. Well, we have a carpet
Or
still,
get a
right?
teleport from the Archmage.
yeah, we do still have the carpet.
You do have a carpet. The ruler of Silvery Moon is also here. She could probably teleport you there.
That could be useful. But we may want to send a message to Igaron to perhaps meet us there.
Have Igaron start heading up to Dead Snows, us teleport to Silver Moon, up to Hawk's Nest, and then over to Dead Snows.
Would we want to go to Dead Snows first or Hawk's Nest first?
Well, I mean, if we're teleporting to Silvery Moon, we might as well go to Hawk's Nest first, because it's along the way. If we were going
True.
to Everland, we could go to Dead Snows first, passing through the southern route, and then just come to Hawk's Nest on our way back. But if
I mean, we
having
have the
Igaron
magic
meet us
circle to
there,
Everland
and we're
already.
going to Silvery Moon to start with, might as well just knock Hawk's Nest out first.
Yeah, I guess it depends if we can get a direct line to Silver Moon or not. But we know we have a direct line to Everland, so
Right. Well, I mean, even going straight to Everland, if we're going to have Igaron head up there to meet us, then we don't have to come back to Everland afterwards. So it still might be better to go to Hawks Nest.
yeah. It'll depend on the situation on the ground there too, so because we
Fair.
know Everland's under siege. We can be pretty sure that Silver Moon's under siege too.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we might need to fly and camp in the Nether Mountains and then pop north anyway. How fast is a carpet flying?
60 feet. So twice as fast as you could go walking.
Yeah, so that's 2 days of flying, but day and a half if we do that, but we're probably going to get intercepted if we try it.
Before we go, we might want to get some scrolls or something before we leave. Neverwinter's good for that, right?
Neverwinter would be good for that, yes. Your friend Jeremy, the Arcanoloth, would be more than willing to furnish you with some.
Because after that whole incident, I'm thinking at least one counterspell to have among us would be good.
I can prepare it.
Yes,
didn't.
but
However, if y'all want to grab a scroll or two of counterspell, that's not a bad idea.
It is not.
The more the merrier.
Not. I feel really bad about that. Oh, God. Okay. Did you guys make a decision as to route?
Inks is still leaning a bit towards talking to this person first before dealing with Hawk's Nest, because they seem to know more about it than we do.
So if we're going for Dead Snows first,
Well, yes. I mean, either way, we're teleporting to Everland or Silvery Moon first, depending on which we can get.
let's try to get to Silvery Moon first. Actually, no. If we're going to Dead Snows, then Everland doesn't require calling in a favor. We don't have to talk anyone into it. We may need help from Silver Moon later.
That's fair. All right.
Since the Archmage seemed to be saying that he could help track Lord Naboon, at least let him know that what we saw last.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to head back to the conference venue and let them know what you've been up to then?
Yeah. Good idea.
In the morning, we'll do that.
Okay. For now, rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, in your rooms at the Bannered Mare, in contrast to the shitstorm that has been today, you have peaceful night's sleep. No assassins at the doors. No, not even any loud noises from downstairs. It is quiet. Sleep deep and dreamless.
And then back to the shitstorm. Whee!
All right. So in the morning, the other leaders have assembled in the conference venue again. You can go meet up with them if you want. I believe that was the plan. It sounded like. All right. Valharo and Silvery Moon are glad to see you as well. It looks like the Duke kind of slept in the corner. Doesn't look like he's moved much. He does look much more together this morning, though.
Always a plus.
He mumbles a good morning to you. My investigations yesterday only found that he teleported somewhere within the city. What have you discovered?
Inks will explain that they ran after a bit, and then he seemed to teleport out.
Full teleport spell?
That's what it looked like.
Could you direct me to where? I can absolutely trace that. Can at least tell if he's still in the city or not.
Certainly.
Alright. The Duke and ourselves have come to an agreement. He has, without the presence of Lord Naboon being bothersome, it has been much easier. He will lend aid to us, but it will likely take him a week, maybe two, before his forces can arrive at our cities. The beginnings of the alliance have been set. We will have unity.
Nice bit of respite in this crazy chaos.
Agreed. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if that was on the sorcerer spell list, or on the paladin spell list. It's definitely on the sorcerer one.
Yeah.
Right.
In the meanwhile, we're in search of another potential ally. And hopefully we can help deal with some of the undead situation in the process.
Do you explain it to him? I
At
assume.
least most of it. At least we'd already
Okay.
talked about this potential ally before that we've been searching for.
Right. Warlock's Crypt. Oh. Oh. Be careful.
Always.
The being that lives there is not to be trifled with.
Oh, we've met. At least slightly.
He unconsciously kind of rubs his arm. All ports in a storm, I suppose. Well then, we can teleport you wherever you need. Silvery Moon is open to us. We can take you to Silvery Moon. We can send you to Felbar, Everland, the Hawk's Nest. Anywhere west of Newfort. Or Adbar. We could send you to Adbar.
I don't suppose Dead Snows itself is.
Adbar may be at least close enough.
Dead Snows has no teleportation circle. And it has been a long time since I've been there. I would advise against teleporting there.
Very well, Advar is certainly more than close enough.
Do we need
Yes.
to get message to another ally who may be able to meet us there later?
Your cloud giant friend?
The same.
Very well. We'll send a message. We can send a message to him for you.
Very much appreciated, Archmage.
Very well. Are you ready to proceed? Shall we teleport you now?
I do need to pick up some scrolls first. Just
Of
in
course.
case.
Take what time you need. We'll be here.
Let's give a nod and a bow. Head off to go pick up some shopping.
Alright. So, counterspell scrolls are 3rd level. That makes them rare. Yes. If I remember correctly. Oh no, they're still uncommon. That's neat. So, you can buy counterspell scrolls for 250 gold apiece. If that's what if you're looking for those.
That definitely sounds a good thing.
Alright.
Can I try and haggle down to 200 apiece?
You can try. The guy is very insistent though. He tells me, "Oh, I'm cutting me on the throat with these prices. Can't ask me to take them down that low. Might as well get me to go cut me on children's throat."
225?
I mean, go ahead and roll persuasion.
That's a 26.
Oh, 210, cut me and throw down me children's throat. Take your damn scroll.
Thank you, thank you. Gets a couple scrolls and goes.
How many are you grabbing?
I think 2 for now.
All right. Cool. All right. So you want to point to Adbar. Excellent. So, post counterspell buying, you can head back, talk to Valharo. Are you all ready to go?
Did anyone
got
else
all
want to
your
get anything while we were here?
Yeah.
I'm all set.
All right.
I think we're ready then.
Then off you go. Valharo begins casting a spell. A few moments later, you all find yourselves in the dwarven citadel of Adbar, surrounded by some very surprised dwarves. Hey,
We're back!
you can't just do this! It's an unscheduled teleportation! Clear the circle! Get out of the circle! You can't just come out of schedule like that. If you do, you could fucking explode!
So sorry, it was a bit of an emergency.
Adventurers! Always thinking, oh, it's such an emergency!
Trust me, in this case it is, but we'll get out, thank you.
Good, get! She, frantically waves at you, starts trying to swat you all, while hurrying you out of the circle, and subsequently the room.
Well, then off to Dead Snows.
All right. This is probably as good a place as any to stop for the night.
Yeah.
So that is what we shall do. You are all on your way to Dead Snows to seek the help of a new, powerful, and rather mysterious ally in the form of the Shadow King. Meanwhile, the Fire Giants march to the aid of Silverymoon and Everland as they lie under siege from the undead threat. Good place to start, or a good place to stop.
Yes, now finally we can start closing some damn doors.
Yes! Yes. No, don't worry. This is, I promise it's the last set of side diversions.
Oh, that was fun. I have missed this.
I'm glad. Yeah. I wrote that thing a long time ago, just in case you guys stumbled along it a long time ago. I'm glad to finally get to use it. Yeah. Questions, comments, critiques, anything, guys?
Sorry I didn't get to kick your butt last week, Delavar.
Yeah.
I feel like when you finally do make something and participate in one of these, it's gonna be fucking ridiculous.
Well,
Probably.
we still have the one-on-ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do.
When is that happening?
If you're not gonna be here next week, I want you to be able to participate in at least one of these.
Okay. So I've got a pretty good idea for the one-on-one.
Okay. I look forward to seeing it. So let's say 1v1s for the week after this next one.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And then next week we will continue with Storm Kings.
Huzzah.
All right.
Do we have any nomination stuff?
Oh yeah. That's a thing.
It's been so long.
Yes.
Adriel had it last.
Did I? I'm gonna have to give it to Inks.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. This was a big. There was a lot of exposition that came this chapter.
It's necessary from time to time.
It is. I apologize for holding you hostage to it nonetheless. Yeah, we should be able. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm planning. I'm scheming. I have to scheme. God, I have to scheme for 2 games now. I finally managed to scrounge up an in-person D&D group.
Oh shit.
It's been so long.
Closest I can get is a friend of mine in person is gonna start a Curse of Strahd, but it's still online.
No, I'm a bunch of them are new, and I'm experimenting. I'm experimenting with something new I've been building for them, which, if all goes well, and I'm still DMing in like a year and a half's time, probably. Maybe a year. If I'm still DMing with you guys in like a year's time, you'll probably see it around then.
Sweet.
But
So nobody fuck this up.
I need some people who are gonna be. I need some people with no clue what the fuck they're doing to play test it, just in case of, just so I can idiot proof it. Yeah, I'm excited. It should be good.
I resemble both of those qualifications.
Well, that's good enough in my book. You're hired.
Sweet.
All right. Anyways, have a good night, y'all.
Night, everybody.
Yep.
I will see you next week.
Bye.
Yay. Later.
Bye, guys.
That's it.